Hello, sumo fans. I'm here, and I'm messing with this crazy microphone, so I hope that it works properly. You guys can let me know when you show up in the chat. So I'm going to hang out here for a little bit, wait and see if people come. This is the Takakeisho tribute stream that I had promised when we heard that the retirement was imminent. Hello, Mitch, and hello, JJ. Hello, Habob Gob. Hello, Monster. Sweet, the mic is working. So, talk about the man, Takakeisho. I hope you guys have been liking the pictures. I've been pulling them off the Sunday morning sumo show Discord, so shout out to you guys for that. I'm going to try something different tonight. I've got some videos queued up, and so hopefully we're going to be able to play them reaction style, because people do all these reaction videos and they don't get taken down. So we're going to go to Sumo Kyokai's website and look at a couple videos. I've got a couple of articles that I want to read to you guys, and we can I'm going to read some of those. We can chat about those. And then I'm going to be debuting our first 42 Opinions short, which is a Takakeisho tribute that is only 59 seconds long. I think it's amazing, personally, but the aspect ratio is screwed up, so apparently I can't make it a short yet. So we're just going to play it as a regular video. So look forward to that as well. Monster's watching the debate tonight. Well, that's okay. You can have that in one corner, and you can have us in the other corner, and I will tell you, you will have to take a break for 59 seconds to see the awesome Takakeisho tribute video. Then you can go back. Hello, Stargazer. Good to see you. So, what do I want to do first? Do we want to... Let's talk a little bit about the retirement. Then I can get into the article. We'll get a little time to get people in here before I play some of the videos in case people want to watch. I don't have enough beer on hand to watch. I would stay here for the programming. You know, debates really don't tell you anything. They actually are just like Hollywood entertainment. I can't stomach them, so I don't watch them. I'll watch the highlights later on. I'd much rather sit here and talk about Takakeisho with you fine people. So, when we did the recap show, that was ridiculously difficult for me because I didn't think Takakeisho was going to announce his retirement before we did our recap show. So I figured I was going to just talk a little bit about him in the 42. He'd retire after the fact, and then I could do this stream. And instead, he decides to retire like a couple days before we're recording the recap. And we only give about... I'd say the average wrestler gets about 7 minutes. Like a wrestler, there's a lot to talk about. We'll get about 12 minutes. A little bit to talk about is 7 minutes. Some guy at the bottom who hasn't done much is about 2 minutes. So I'm like, I can't really talk about Takakeisho in this format the way that I want to talk about Takakeisho. So I just felt so disappointed in the recap itself, because if that's the only video that anybody's ever going to watch, then I didn't do Takakeisho justice. So I had to spend an entire week working on this tribute video because I needed to get that out of my system. So you guys will see my heart in this video. JJ says, the funniest thing was a commentator coming into our stream and asking an Australian and a Canadian if they were voting for Trump or Harris. Well, here's the thing. Probably most of us are American in here, so they probably weren't expecting that. But you guys are cool. Like, I like the non-Americans that are here that are like, yeah, we like these silly Americans that talk about sumo. Sup, Michael? Mitch, I will watch the debate later, songified once Shmo gets it out. I can't do it. Guys, I don't like politics. It stinks. And all politicians, they grate on me. It's just fighting and getting your message across that way. I love a good fight. All right, so back to my little spiel here. So I feel like this Takakeisho retirement is way too raw and way too quick. And how in the world do you prepare for sumo this way? I mean, the guy just turned 28 2 months ago. And November's his tournament. And all of a sudden you're seeing all these pictures of him in the tracksuit, which I can't handle, in a suit, walking around with the bag. Like, he doesn't look right. He does not look right in the tracksuit. He kind of looks like a little boy compared to everybody else. And part of that is probably because he's really short. But the other part of it is he's too young. He looks like a 28-year-old. Think about this for a second. What were you guys doing at 28? Now, I'm way older than 28. I'll just give you that. I wasn't like the second highest rank in, a professional sport, and then my career is over. None of this makes any sense. And I don't know how to process that, like, November's going to come and Takakeisho's not going to be there. In fact, once a wrestler retires, that name doesn't even exist anymore. Takakeisho is gone. And we're probably going to see him standing in the hallway in the tracksuit, which I will like because it means I'll see him. But, man, it doesn't make sense that he's not wrestling anymore. I think it's going to take a really long time to get over this. It's kind of like, and I don't want to be too over dramatic here, but it's kind of like a sudden death, because it really is the end of Takakeisho, and now he's, what is it, Mitowagawa? So, it's weird. It's weird. Easy Macro says, long live Keisho. So sad he retired, carried the world of sumo by himself during the COVID times. Yeah, and it really bums me out when I read very ignorant comments. I should stop reading the comment section, but like, people got to get over that Hanka thing. You can define the guy's entire career because you didn't like that. Get out of here. Like, who are you? Who are you to make that kind of judgment? I think he was so burned out, he didn't want to wait for a particular timing, just get it over with. Yeah, I kind of said with John in the recap, and it could be either way, that once he made the decision, it was just like, let me just get it in there. Let me just be done with this. I don't want to change my mind, He looks like he lost a little roundness. He does look like he lost weight already. It's only been like 2 weeks. It's not going to be the same. He became my favorite Rikishi. His indomitable spirit was awesome. It's not going to be the same. And, here's the thing, right? All wrestlers bring their own unique aspect. There will never be another one of that wrestler. But boy, is that true for Takakeisho. Like, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it when you don't have that guy who's just bringing the raw spirit. Not everybody does. And Keisho kind of came from the old way. And we're going to read an interview in a second. But he came from the old way. That whole old guard is now gone. And he should be in the prime of his career right now. So you're going to miss him a lot more. You guys all know. But the crap talkers, they're going to miss him. They're not going to be able to hate on him anymore. It's better for him. He's probably going to live with a lot of pain for many years. Oh, absolutely. It's better for him. Absolutely. I mean, it's a bitter pill because I will miss him, but I want him to live. And honestly, guys, from everything that I've read, he really was risking his life continuing to do sumo. Like, he could have been paralyzed. He could have been killed. I didn't want to see him end in a wheelchair. So this really is better for him. And I'm rooting for him, and I'm going to find him wherever he is on the internet, like figure out who he's coaching and all that stuff. So it's bittersweet because this living with chronic pain and fighting with chronic pain really does drain the life out of you. He deserves a better life than he was living. I hope we see Keisho interacting with guys like Hakuho and the Blue Jackets. See, I'm going to be living for those moments. I'm just going to be like looking in the background and, oh, there's Takakeisho. He's talking to Hakuho. Like, that's going to be like my little Easter eggs. Okay, it's Mina Togawa. Oh, that's going to be so hard. You guys got to give me some time before I can go there. Bro, Takakeisho is like 8 months younger than me. Wild. Yeah. And he just turned 28. And his career is over. But, there's a flip side to that we're going to get into. Don't know, haven't gotten that far yet. Just hoping I don't fall down that fateful flight of stairs that will end me by 28. Oh, jeez. Let's just not get too doomer here. That's what I'm telling you. Yeah, see, JJ, you're doing sumo. I mean, think about it. Your whole career, it's just already over. Wait, what? A guy with a chronic neck problem didn't want to charge in headfirst into a 400-pound guy for the second time in a day? Yeah, I guess not. Maria's going to be like Todoroki's mom in My Hero, getting PTSD every time she sees Bushozan. Yes. I will stay away from the stove when I see Bushozan. Is the next Ura a compliment or an insult? Anything with Ura's name next to it is a compliment. And Habab Gab agrees with me. Don't worry, you can cheer for Diet Takakeisho, or Bushozan now. No. Debut of Shimpan Takakeisho has to warrant a live reaction YouTube short. Oh, it will. When I figure out how to actually get the aspect ratio right, we'll have a YouTube short. Right now, we have a 59-second Takakeisho tribute that I'm going to be showing. And it's not a short because it wouldn't accept in the short. So it's kind of stupid. So I will make a real short in a little while. Bushozan is also 28. Come on, get out of here. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Speaking of My Hero, I'm going to be pointing my finger at Hoshoryu and saying, you're next. You better bring that spirit that made me fall in love with Takakeisho, because there's going to be a huge gap of spirit with him gone. Have you made a submission for the Rikishi popularity poll? Of course. Absolutely. And I made sure to put Shonan Umi as my least favorite, which I've never done that before. But I had to just for kicks. Vote Takakeisho for popularity poll. Yes. I've been telling everyone, get out there and vote Takakeisho. I'm glad I didn't miss the live. Thank you, 42. Appreciate your streams. Absolutely easy, Macro. I feel like we have a lot of Takakeisho fans and or, people who appreciate Takakeisho in here, so that we could all get together, have a good time, enjoy the good moments of Takakeisho. I'm literally going up to people I don't know and making them vote Takakeisho. That's amazing. That's super amazing. So you guys tell me, do you want to go over the retirement article, or do you want to see the Takakeisho short? You guys vote. If you want the Takakeisho short, put a 1 in the chat. If you want the articles first, put a 2 in the chat. And I will wait until I see you vote. I believe we all know who my least favorite vote went to. I have a very funny video for you tonight, Mitch. You probably already seen it, but you probably forgot how Tobizaro acts in this video. And as I was watching it, all I could think about was you. So we're going to have fun. As long as nobody takes down the stream. All right, so I have a 1 and a 2. And an either, a 2. Hello. Okay, the 3 threw me off. Okay. 42, 2. Okay, so we want to do the article first. That's what everyone's saying. Article first, Takakeisho short after that. Let's do it. So first, we're going to do this. So I want to give you guys a warning. If for some reason they take this stream down, which they shouldn't, but you never know with YouTube, I will just start a new stream. It won't be like the recap. So we're going to start off by looking at the actual Japanese retirement press conference. It's completely in Japanese with no subtitles, so I'm just going to show it to you so you have a visual. Then I'll read you the best translation that I have.
ただいまより貴景勝引退年寄り港川襲名会見を行います。まずはじめに師匠常盤山よりご挨拶があります。
貴景勝、本日をもちまして、引退させていただくことになりました。これから港川を、襲名いたしまして。
So right there we've got this is a retirement and what his new name is going to be, which is still hard to say for me, even though I just heard it. I'm going to skip a little bit so we can see the Keisho.
たくさんの人に応援していただきました。ありがとうございました。思いつきました。
どのような思いで今回引退を決意されたのでしょうか。
小学校3年生から相撲、横綱になることだけ夢見て頑張ってきたんですけど、横綱を目指す、体力と気力がなくなったので引退しました。
Okay, so I can probably surmise which question that was, but I don't know. I know that he's talking about he didn't have the desire and he didn't have the ability anymore to fight for Yokozuna. So this probably was the question, why did you decide to retire? To which he said, I'm burnt out. Since 3rd grade, I've been practicing sumo and dreaming of becoming Yokozuna. But now that I have lost the energy and strength to become Yokozuna, I've decided to retire. Pretty sure that's what we just had. So getting into that for a second, John and I had talked about this. And we had decided that that's what mattered to Takakeisho. What mattered to him was, his effort to become Yokozuna. That was the role once he became Ozeki, and once that was no longer possible, he was going to retire. He wasn't going to be like all these other Ozeki we've seen who were going to fight, like Takayasu, Tochinoshin. He was going to be more like a Goeido, and there's the proof right there. And you can see he's kind of choked up, which, makes me choked up as well. The Sumo Kyokai channel has a longer 15-minute video about Keisho with matches from his debut. Yes, I linked it in the community tab. So yes, go to Sumo Kyokai. Guys, go to Wikipedia, copy the kanji of Takakeisho's name, put it in Sumo Kyokai, and you get all the Takakeisho videos, which I have done tonight, and we will look at that. I am the coach. This dude is retiring. Makes me sad since I could use his paycheck to fix the floor. Well, it probably does make his coach sad to lose an Ozeki, especially one who's only 28 years old. My goodness. I'm just glad to see him in good health. I agree 100%. And we're going to get into some more stuff regarding that. So let's go back to this and see if I can figure out what question's being asked.
怪我あっての自分なので、怪我も合わせた自分の実力なので、そこで力を出せなかったということはもう終わりだなと思いました。
やはり一番苦しかったのは首の怪我ですか。
好きなことを自分が目指すべき職業に就かせていただいて、辛いっていう感覚はあんまりなかったんですけど、もどかしい気持ちはありました。
もどかしいというのはやはり思ったような相撲が取れないということですか。
若い頃から100% の準備をして今まで場所に臨めれたんですが、ここ最近はもう自分の大事にしていた準備とか戦うまでのやるべきことがしたくてもできなかったこともあったので、 その辺は少しもどかしい気持ちがありました。
最終的に引退をこう決意されたのはいつですか
？11日目の、夜に、師匠の方に引退させてくださいと言いに行かせていただきました。
途中序盤に休場されて、そこから11日目まではかなり葛藤もありましたか？
いや、もう心の中ではもう決まってた部分があるんですけど、もう一度冷静になって自分を考えてみたり、振り返る時間が少し欲しかったので。
All right, I'm pausing it because we want to make sure this is like reaction style. Oh man, Habob Gob. If you even just look at the pictures I've been posting in the community tab, he does not look like a fighter now. He looks like so small and so calm, and it's like this guy's a vicious fighter, but at the same time there's this gentle side to him that you now are getting to see now that the game faces off. So I couldn't translate any of that. Oh, he's very sad to retire. God, it's such a gut punch. I couldn't translate any of that, so we're just going to go with the things that I know here. And the reason I'm playing it for you guys, though, is just to hear him speak. You know, some might be able to translate. I can't. It's only certain words that I know, and then I can go from there. But I couldn't understand any of them. So I'm going to read these things. You suffered from many injuries. I was only as good as my injuries allowed me to be. So when I couldn't perform to my full potential, I felt it was the end of me. Was dealing with your neck injury the hardest thing you had to do? I was able to do what I loved and was aiming to do, so I didn't feel it was particularly hard, but it was frustrating. What do you mean by frustrating? Since I was young, I've been able to give 100% to prepping for the next tournament, but in recent times, I haven't been able to do some of the things I valued most, even if I wanted to, so that was frustrating. So, maybe that's what they were saying. We can play a little bit more. See if I can figure out any of that. Try to come back and see your guys' chat. Nice to hear him speak. He rarely ever used to. Yeah, he did not do many interviews in his entire career. If I saw an interview, I was like, whoa, Takakeisho interview, which is why I was like, you know what? Even though we don't speak Japanese, we're going to watch this interview anyway. Takakeisho looks like a henchman in his suit. He needs to hang out with the big guys now, like, you know, Kakuryu and Hakuho. Takakeisho looks muggable now. He is not. I know, right? Could you imagine if you were the guy who thought, oh, look at this easy mark and it's Takakeisho? Yeah, you're gonna have a bad night. So let's play a little bit more. See if we can figure out any translations, because I got more English for us.
11日目の夜という日になりました。9歳から相撲を始めた時に横綱になることだけ、それだけを考えてきたんですけど、まあ手をいっぱい伸ばしたんですけど、届きませんでした。神事であるので、勝っても負けても淡々と、勝って喜ばない、負けて、くよくよしない、気持ちを一定に保つことだけ考えて、まあ、やってきました。
最後までそれは貫けましたか？
まあ、それは死ぬまで修行だと思います。
どうですか、10年間土俵人生、悔いはないですか？
全くないです。もう燃え尽きたので、素晴らしい相撲人生を歩ませていただきました。まあ、大関決めた、千秋楽の、栃ノ新関と、の一番が、まあ、全て印象に残ってるんですけど、まあ、特に印象に残って、 本当にやるかやられるかの勝負だったので、まあ前の日に自分の人生が決まるなと思って挑んだ一番でした。
あれで勝って2桁の白星を挙げて大関を掴んだわけですが、やはりその一番が一番
そうですね。まあ自分との戦いが栃ノ心関とやる前にあったんですけど、まあそれに打ち勝てたということが、まあ今でも自分の誇りです。
非常にもう貴景勝は
I don't know if YouTube is really delayed. So I'm going to let you guys watch this and then I'll comment again. Okay. The way that this streaming thing looks, it seems like, I don't know. If I overtalk the interview, I'm sorry. Because it's showing me two different things here. So anyway, I do know what he was talking about there, so I can translate this for you guys now. Okay, let's find the question. What was your most memorable bout? All of them are memorable, but that fight with Tochinoshin on Senshuraku, where I first gained my Ozeki title, was particularly memorable. It was really a case of do or die. The day before, I felt that match would decide my life. I had a battle with myself before the fight proper, and I'm still proud of what I was able to overcome him. Now I'll read some of your guys' comments. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing if the development of his young stablemate Wakano Sho, now that Takekeisho can be more of a mentor with less on his plate. I can't wait to see the developing talent. Because I think Keisho has a really brilliant mind, and he takes this so seriously that I think it's perfect for him to be a coach. Yeah, Koto Iho, Wakanosho, and Hanafusa, who were high school rivals and debuted at the same time, or are starting to really ramp up. I think Hanafusa is Hana no Umi now. Yep, you're right. Yeah, I heard of Hanafusa. So, good thing you're telling me the name has changed. Okay, so I'm going to read more of this interview. It's really weird how the stream appears to me. It doesn't show me properly when this video is playing. So, let me read more of this, and then I'll play more of the video. Did you always believe you were an Oshizumo Rikishi? Early on, the size and power of the Makauchi Rikishi overwhelmed me. I was less than 175 centimeters tall, and I felt I had entered a strange world. But now that I've entered that world, I had to be prepared to fight. If I wrestled the same as my opponents, I wouldn't win. Thus, I decided that the way forward was Oshizumo, and I'm happy about that. So, Takekeisho knew right away that he was at a complete height disadvantage, and he made the choice to do things the way he does, the sort of cannonball tachi, which obviously led to the neck injury that ended his career. But had he stayed small and tried belt techniques like Midori Fuji, maybe he never makes Ozeki. So you never know when you're making these choices what was the right move. In some ways, as you look at his career, he might have made all the best moves if his neck heals and he goes on to live a pain-free life. Because so many guys walk in that dohyo and they're not going to be successful. It's just not. Everybody's so strong and so powerful and so skilled. Who says it's going to be you? So Takekeisho took a gamble. and his career ended short, but he did become a great Ozeki. So maybe he made the right move, even though we're not going to get to see him wrestle much longer or any longer. So let me read the rest of this interview. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll skip ahead past this coach because I don't have the translations of his coach here. Okay, let's go back to Takakeisho.
父から教えていただいた言葉でもあるんですけど、仏道精神でやっていくからには勝っておごらず負けて腐らず、嬉しくても喜ばない、辛くても辛いふりしない、それだけを心がけて、その信念だけは持ってやってきました。相撲のスタイルというのは、個人で向き不向きありますから、それは特にこだわりはないんですが、やっぱり武士道精神を持った昭和の、僕がやっぱり昭和の先輩から教えていただいた、今の時代には少し不向きかもしれませんが、根性と気合を持ったそんな力士を育ててみたいです。自分が少し精神的にマイナスになったりとか、そういう時にファンの声援とか、タオルとかをこう掲げてくれると、本当に心からありがたいなと思ったし、本場所に向けて 100% の力を出しに行くんですけど、ファンの皆様のおかげで 120% そこまで引き上げていただいたなと思ってます。
はいはい。ここでお願いします。はい。
Okay, so we're going to pause it right there. I'm just going to read this translation out of order because I don't know if they even did the whole thing. So we're just going to get through these questions because they were interesting. Did you have any conflicting thoughts before day 11? No, there was a part of me that had already made up my mind when I went Cujo on day 3, but I wanted some time to cool down and think about it again. The decision came on the night of day 11. You retired very young, at the age of 28, so they've asked him this again. I wasn't wrestling my age, and I felt I had lost the stamina and energy I was aiming for, so I decided it was time for me to pull out. During your Ozeki promotion ceremony, you said you would respect the Bushido spirit and devote yourself to the way of sumo. What is the way of sumo? I have always only been thinking of maintaining a constant and stable state of mind. Do you have any regrets? No regrets at all. I've burnt myself out, and I've had a wonderful life as a rikishi. You were a member of Takanohana Beya when you first joined sumo. How do you feel about having 2 masters? I'm grateful to Tokiwayama Oyakata for taking over my former stable and bringing me to where I am today. Your father has worked closely with you since you were a young child. Though I did not achieve our goal of becoming Yokozuna, I am satisfied, and I believe my father was satisfied too. How will you teach your future students? I am not particular about any style of sumo, as each individual is suited to their own style. However, even though it is a little unsuitable for this current era, I want to bring up Rikishi with the Bushido spirit which I learned from my Showa predecessors. What would you like to say to your fans? When I was in a mentally negative state, I was always grateful for the cheers and towels from the fans. Ordinarily, I would give 100% for the bout, but with the fans, I was able to give 120%. What is your perspective of the Yokozuna rank? I wanted to see what it was like to be Yokozuna, But even though I tried everything, I wasn't able to reach it. I just did what I could. Did your family have any influence on your decision to retire? I reached that decision on my own, but as they had supported my dream, I told them I was quitting. A Rikishi from Nishonoseki Ichimon is gunning for Ozeki promotion. What do you have to say to that younger Rikishi? I have done what I have done with the sumo I inherited from my predecessors, so it is not proper for me to say anything, but I hope they understand the words of those who came before them and pass it on to the next generation. What do you want to do now that you've retired? I have been immersed in sumo since I was a child, so I want to work hard and train Rikishi who can contribute to the Kyokai. And then there's some comments on here from some other people, which we'll get to in a minute. But that's basically what I have for translations. Let's see what you guys have to say. Habob Gab says, his arms are too short for belt sumo, third shortest Ozeki, 175 centimeters at that time. Toya Noshima was similarly shaped with short arms and had good belt techniques, but never threatened to make Ozeki. I think Takakeisho did a good job min-maxing his style of sumo to fit his frame. Sometimes it's not the size, it's how you use it. Yeah, I mean, Takakeisho made a career out of, like, possibly nothing. I mean, people did not believe in him. If you go back and watch the old NHK videos in particular, people didn't believe in him. It's just like he's too short, he's always injured, you know, all he does is push sumo. There was always but he's not this, but he's not that, but he's not this, but he's not that. And did you ever see Takakeisho complain about the negativity? I didn't. Was he in any scandals? No. Did he give any interviews? Barely. So he just came in and did his job every day, and he worked hard, and you couldn't ask for anything better from an Ozeki. Well, I think Toya Noshima was an Oshi guy as well, but developed seizures and epilepsy, and that was the reason he became more of a Yotsu guy that avoided going in head first. I might be wrong, though. Well, going in head first, as we can see, is extremely dangerous. Anyone know if Takanohana will take a snip at the haircutting ceremony next year? Most likely, I hope Takanohana makes an appearance. Maybe, maybe not. Takanohana, if you look at the Chris Sumo video, he said something in the interview when they talked about Takakeisho, or it was before he left, that he had vowed not to see Takakeisho ever again. So I don't know. There might be this whole feeling of, I abandoned that world and I left Takakeisho and now I can never appear again. But who knows? I don't know the background. I don't know where his head's at. So we'll see. I don't know. So I have a couple other comments that were in this translation from other people that I thought were interesting. And we have more videos. We have the short, but we also have some fun videos just to have a good time with Takakeisho. Let's see. There's a couple of comments. Okay, so his father, they had talked to his father somewhere. This is in the translation that I have. I have to assume this is accurate. If it's not, I apologize, but this was really shocking to me. His father, who pushed his son hard to be the best Rikishi he could be, praised. As a parent, I think he did a great job, though I had hoped he would quit earlier. The neck injury is said to have started when he was in Makushita. He was paralyzed on the left side of his body, which could have left him in a wheelchair or bedridden. I wanted to see him as Yokozuna, even for just one basho, but even that didn't happen. He did a great job. Though he didn't hit hard at the start, I'm proud he rose to Ozeki and served 30 basho. As a parent, I feel very relieved now. That is not what I expected to hear, because I had heard that his father was real hard on him and this was their dream. And Takakeisho even said earlier in the interview, this was our dream. So yeah, that would make sense that the injury actually happened a long time ago and was extremely dangerous. And as a parent, suddenly you don't care about that dream anymore. It's like, please survive. So I do think Takakeisho was taking an extreme risk continuing to fight. And it's really a good thing that he retired when he did. His dad's relieved. I'm sure his wife is relieved. I'm sure his son would like a father, you know. So, yeah. But I'm going to look at your comments real quick, but I want to read this Japan Times article from a couple years ago that I found very interesting. It's kind of in the vein of what we were just talking about with his dad. Michael says, it still baffles me how a 4-time Yusho winner who spent 30 tournaments at the rank of Ozeki and made 3 separate rope runs, although unsuccessful, could receive so much hate. It's nonsensical to me. Oh, you're preaching to the choir, Michael. I've been battling on the internet about this for years, and it really, really upsets me. You're either not a nice person, you're very short-sighted. Guaranteed most people who make those comments have never fought a day in their life or had done anything with chronic pain. I mean, to me, Takakeisho embodies this spirit that any of us could hope to be that tough. I don't know how he did it. And it's just insane. It's just people who say that stuff. That's why I call them haters. I don't want to take the tone of like, oh, hate's a bad word. But at the same time, it's like, how can you talk so much crap about someone you don't know who's been through so much? Unless you're a hater. This is what it is. I thought that comment was something like Taka no Hana was going to stay out of the picture for like 10 years, but the question was if this would be the thing to drag him out. Very possible, Mitch. Very possible. And I would hope that he would come out for this. Because Takakeisho got into sumo because of Taka no Hana. The Taka in his name came from Taka no Hana's Taka. I mean, he should be there. He should be. Once Takakeisho retires, doesn't he take a different name so technically he wouldn't see Takakeisho again? Ah, that's a good point. That's a very good point. He could use that philosophy. Taka no Hana seems to be doing well on his Instagram. I gotta get on Instagram because that's where all the good sumo stuff is. It baffles me how a man so round could get so much hate. Luckily, his round shape makes the hate slide right off. I like it. Nah, it's because Takakeisho beats their favorite wrestlers, so he sucks. It's probably that simple, JJ. But you know, I get emotional. Because I really, really like Takakeisho. I do agree, JJ, people bag on those who beat their favorite. Imagine hating a guy who was given a body that wasn't compatible with sumo, developed a style to be successful, overcame injuries, survived a stable transfer against all odds, pushed for Yokozuna. Yeah, we're going to read an article about when he was denied Yokozuna. This is a very good article in a second. He is the definition of hard work. People hate Takakeisho because he beat their favorite wrestler and didn't make Zuna. Yes, so when we talk about the Ozeki spirit, he's like the living embodiment of the Ozeki spirit. He's the embodiment of the hard work concept that you see all over the place in, Japanese philosophy. So if you hate on him, well, maybe you just got issues. No, the hate just goes over his head because he's so short. I like it. So now I'm going to read something from the Japan Times. This was a John Gunning article. Usually John Gunning is the one I end up reading. This was in 2000. Have been promoted to Yokozuna, and they said his sumo was not good enough. So we're going to read what happened there. And coincidentally enough, that's what the Takakeisho short is about. So we're going to watch the short after I read this article. You guys can handle watching my video for 59 seconds. Okay. So, sumo's wait for its 74th Yokozuna goes on. Despite taking home the Emperor's Cup in the January meet, there will be no white rope in the immediate future for Ozeki Takakeisho, as the Yokozuna Deliberation Council on Tuesday decided against recommending him for promotion to sumo's highest rank. Using the English phrase high level several times to describe the kind of championship that Takakeisho failed to earn, Yokozuna Deliberation Council Chairman Masashi Hiko Komura told reporters that although one committee member had informally raised the idea of promotion when chatting before the meeting, there wasn't any sentiment in that direction generally, so it wasn't discussed officially. The move was an unsurprising one, with many commentators and fans expressing the view that consecutive losses to Komusubi-ranked opponents on day 11 and 12 in the Hatsu Basho had scuttled Takakeisho's hopes of becoming grand champion before March. Against a field which contained no other Ozeki or Yokozuna, the 26-year-old failed to dominate in a manner which have made promotion impossible to deny. Takakeisho himself seemed to anticipate the outcome of the Yokozuna Deliberation Council's deliberations when speaking to reporters the morning after his title win. The Ozeki, who admittedly is rarely, if ever, exuberant, didn't have the air of a man that had just won a championship during his 28-minute video call with Sumo's press club. Injury and a sense of missed opportunity may have been weighing on the mind of the veteran, who preferred to talk about the future and was impatient and testy with one journalist who raised the topic of his history before turning professional with certain opponents. The Yokozuna Deliberations Council's decision was widely anticipated, and it's hard to argue against it being the right one. Had Takakeisho been made grand champion on the back of 2 straight 12-3 records, with just one being a championship, it would have been the softest promotion since either Futa Haguro in 1986 or Tamano Umi in 1970. The oft-cited criteria for promotion to Yokozuna is consecutive Yusho, or Yusho equivalent at the rank of Ozeki. Takakeisho's playoff loss in November and title win in January technically qualified him for promotion based on that standard. But, as with many aspects of sumo, such things are essentially precedent and tradition-based, rather than strictly codified or hard and fast rules. The low number of wins, lack of top-tier opposition, and failure to stamp his authority on lower-ranked men all counted against Takakeisho this time around. All hope is not lost for Toki Wayama's stableman, however, and the Yokozuna Deliberation Council did present a glimmer of light by calling him the closest wrestler currently to the rank of Yokozuna. While that may seem self-evident, given that Takakeisho was the only extant Ozeki in the sport, and will be so again in March, reading between the lines, the statement could be taken as a hint that another title win in Osaka, even if it's once again a relatively weak 12-3 outing, would be good enough to earn promotion recommendation. Of course, while being elevated to sumo's highest rank comes with unparalleled prestige and glory, it also brings a pressure unique in the sport. In addition to being the living representative of a 2,000-year-old sport whose ideals and existence are often associated with those of the Japanese nation itself, there is no margin for error at the top of sumo. Takakeisho has lifted the Emperor's Cup on 3 occasions, but each time there's been a gap of at least 2 years between championships. 24 months without a title isn't acceptable for anyone wearing the white rope. The last Yokozuna to go full 2 calendar years between championships was Takano Hana, between 1998 and 2000. Despite the first of those wins bringing him his 20th Emperor's Cup, not to mention the fact that Takano Hana was sumo royalty. Calls to retire were both loud and constant. 2023 marks Takakeisho's 9th year in professional sumo, but the veteran is still only 26 years of age and entering what are considered to be the prime years for a rikishi. Promotion to Yokozuna for a pusher thruster with his track record and injury history would almost certainly shorten his career by several years and rob his fans of the chance to see him win more championships. So that part of the article is like, well, I think I would have taken the Yokozuna. He actually would have had a longer career if they had given him Yokozuna there, because he would have had the opportunity to rest. And he did qualify. It was a soft promotion, but he did qualify. But like Ozeki, they forced him to go another tournament to get Ozeki. So the point is that Takakeisho had to fight for every inch, and he was not given anything. He was not given anything. He can leave his career knowing that he did everything he possibly could and he got no freebies. So if you want to talk about the Henka, okay, look, he's lost in playoffs before. He lost to Tokushoryu in a playoff. That cost him possibly a Yokozuna opportunity right there. He had one last shot at Yokozuna and he took it. And it's just unacceptable to hate him over that, in my personal opinion. But I have a current John Gunning interview where it's kind of fits with this one. But we'll get to that after. I'm going to read all your comments, then we're going to watch the short, because the short shows that title opportunity, that Yokozuna failed opportunity. Okay. John Gunning is a legend, but he posts on Twitter like a 14-year-old girl on MySpace, and it really alters my perspective of him. Twitter does that to people. I don't know if the question about if he had regrets. Most of the time the answer is no. If Takakeisho answered like that, I'm going to make a declaration of bull cookies. The regret is losing to Abi in 2022. And probably losing to Tokushoryu. He had a couple of losses that, if those went the other way, he would have been Yokozuna. And if he could have been Yokozuna, he could have taken 6 months off like Teruno Fuji does. And it's funny because everybody talks about Teruno Fuji, or everybody talks about like, oh, the Japanese would be treated differently. Teruno Fuji is a Mongolian. Takakeisho was the only Japanese Yokozuna, after Kisano Sato was in and out. Takakeisho was the Japanese Yokozuna hope, but they didn't give it to him. Takakeisho got no freebies, man. He literally put his guts out on the line, and that was it. I like John Gunning's Twitter where he has old sumo photos. I guess I gotta just get on Twitter and Instagram and all these places so I can get photos. I still think Keisho lost to Abi to prevent making a very obviously concussed Takayasu from fighting again. That was rough. That whole three-way playoff was rough. I'm torn on Keisho's 11-4 being considered part of a rope run. It feels like the Yokozuna Deliberation Council was trying to make it up to him out of pity that they hadn't promoted him the last time he won a Yusho. Yeah, that 11-4 was still a Yusho equivalent, though. I mean, there's the rules and then there's the rules, but it doesn't really matter because they didn't give it to him anyway. It was there, and they were like, nope. Just like with Ozeki. He made 33, and they were like, we still don't trust him. Got to do another tournament. I don't buy that. Not in a playoff for a Yusho, especially as an Ozeki whose literal job description is to be a champion. I don't know, Musashi Maru admitted to going easy on Takanohana in their playoff when he was an Ozeki because Taka was injured, then got chewed out by his coach. I get it, like you should always give your best, but if you're trying to be good to the guy who's injured, I mean, it's kind of noble. I don't mind the 11-4 being considered since it was a Yusho. The second Yusho would have been enough. Back-to-back Yusho has been a guaranteed promotion since the 50s. Oops, sorry we didn't promote you on 12-13 or 12-12. Yeah, you won 11, but even if you only get 12 in the next Yusho, you'll be Yokozuna promotion off of 23-2. Come on, he got 25-2 in 2020. Just the mere fact that he was the only Ozeki and there were no Yokozuna fighting over and over and over again, getting more and more injured without the ability to sit out like all the Yokozuna could, I think they should have given it to him. Just, I think he earned it, but they didn't. So people can yell all day long, and guess what? Now his career is over. It's done. That's the worst part in that article for me is, no, it's good he didn't make Yokozuna because his career would have been shortened. No, his career would have been lengthened. Anyway. Goose, I've noticed a wave of Gen X folk having posts like that. I guess they're just at that point of internet maturity. Yes, I would agree with that, Daniel. And damn it, Musashi Maru damn well should have been chewed out for going soft in a playoff. To me, it's one thing if it's Juryo, but damn it, you're an Ozeki in a playoff to win the Yusho. One job. I agree, Mitch. I'm not going to argue with you guys about that. I mean, I'm always giving guys a hard time for not going hard enough to my liking. Only Ozeki, absent Yokozuna, and Yusho all in January 2023. Certified bra moment. With that, guys, we gotta watch the short. I'm telling you. I think it encompasses everything we're talking about in only 59 seconds. The music might be loud. I have no idea. So, if you're wearing headphones or whatever, just prepare yourself. We're gonna watch the short. I'm so excited. It's actually in our channel now. I just have to make it public. Okay. What happens if I set as an instant premiere? What happens then? Uh-oh. I don't know if I did something. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Hold on. Let's not do that. Let's just make it public, because I don't know what will happen. Okay, it's public. We're going to play it. Just gotta find... Let's refresh. Where is it? Oh, maybe it's playing. I don't know. Hold on. Where is it? Okay, guys. Yeah, where is it? Here it is. Okay, let me see if you guys are commenting. I don't know if I screwed something up. Hey, GR Sumo, you're just in time for the short. Okay, I'm ready to play it. Are you guys ready? It's only 59 seconds, so it's going to go by quick. Okay, hold on. All right, here we go. That was short.
春場所の注目
Oh
力
boy,
士は
okay.
関
Something else
脇
is
に返り
playing.
咲いた
Okay, yeah. Something Japanese is playing now. Okay. Okay, I played the short. Okay, that short will be available now on the website. Hopefully no one takes it down. It got a copyright on it for the song, but it says that Yuki Hayashi allows you to use his music, so we should be okay. Anyway, let's get back to the comments, and also let me just explain. So that part at the end of the video where he's throwing Koto Shoho, yeah, man, what a moment that was. First of all, can I say, I didn't speed up any of those matches. Okay? That's how quick Takakeisho's matches are. That was like the regular normal speed, each one of those matches. I'm like, man, dude, I'm going to miss that. I am totally going to miss that. But that is the Koto Shoho, Yokozuna, wasn't good enough situation. And you can see at the end of that. So it's funny because, whenever I think about Takakeisho, I think about that injury. And then everything that happened after it, like, he still got 2 more Yusho after that. So, that at the end when he's holding the envelopes up, you can see the look on his face of like, at least I got the title, but I didn't get what I was looking for. There's a lot of emotion in that particular championship. And that was before his son was born. So at least the last one he got, his son got to be there and got to be a part of that before he had to retire. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that short. It took me forever. I couldn't even sleep at night because I was trying to picture where to put what clips at one time. And there will be a longer version of this video when the haircutting ceremony occurs, because that song is much longer than that. And there's this sort of sweeping part in the middle. So if it doesn't get taken down, haircutting ceremony is going in there, and it's going to be a way more full, there'll be more matches in it and stuff. I was trying to make a short, which didn't work out, but I had to cut quite a bit of the song to fit it in 59 seconds. So there will be a longer version, a longer Takakeisho tribute. This is just to hold you over until whenever the haircutting ceremony is. So let's go back to the comments. You have to show the short as a channel intro before all your videos now. I would love to do that. I'm just way too afraid that YouTube will like take down our channel or something. Even though it says Yuki Hayashi says you can use his music. But that would be awesome, wouldn't it? If that was like the intro to our channel now. It's amazing. Hey guys, I just got back from Keiko. Can't wait to talk about the man, the myth, the legend, Takakeisho. Oh, we got some more videos. We're talking about him. We're reading articles, but we also got videos. I got a super funny one that I want you guys to watch with me. And Monster, I did what you asked. I played the short quick. You guys can watch it after this if you want to, because I don't know if I accidentally overtalked the end of it, because the live is really weird. Like it's delayed. So I might have talked over the end of it. I'm not sure. Yusho doesn't count because you are the highest ranked guy. Makes no sense to me because that's what Zunas do. Exactly, Goose. The Yusho doesn't count because Takakeisho was the strongest one there, and it's not fair when the strongest guy wins. Well, you know, here's the thing for me. They made their choice and they made it against Takakeisho. So when people look at his legacy going forward, like I said, no one can say that he got any freebies. They gave him the absolute hardest path you could give a guy. And he just took it. He never complained. He kept this stoicism. He worked hard. He did what he was supposed to do. He did everything they asked. And that's on them. They don't want to give it to him? Fine. Fine. Yusho doesn't count because you got the most wins. Why would you think that makes you the best? Well, hey, Nishino Seki says 12-3 doesn't count, so. Damn, I still love that Skui Nagi he put on Koto Shoho. Ugh, that moment. Hits my heart. Here, Maria, I'll use the little heart for you. I saw all the hearts, guys. I appreciate that. Everyone say thank you to Yuki Hayashi. Thank you, Yuki Hayashi. Goose and others are talking about the debate. How about Gab? Keisho, my heart. If I could sacrifice sleep for Keisho. I sacrificed about 3 nights for that video. Was great 42. I'm sure he would like it too. Thank you, Easy Macro. You're good. No over talking any of the videos on the stream. Oh, good. Good, because it's been very confusing to me looking at this comment screen and looking at my video screen, and it's looking like they're on 2 different times, but maybe they're not. Maybe it's actually the playback in the YouTube studio is off, but not what you guys are seeing there. Yes, this would be a JD. But I think Trump was going to be live commenting on it or something. I heard that. I don't know if that's true or just a rumor, but anyway, guys, we have more Keisho stuff. More Keisho stuff. I don't know if it's a good time since you're all involved in the debate, but we'll wait a moment. I really hope everybody watches that Takakeisho video. And not because I made it and I think I'm great, because I feel like it really captures the heart of Takakeisho, and I want it for Takakeisho's sake. Would rather be a sleep-deprived Keisho fan than get regular sleep and be something like a Meisei fan. Yuck. Speaking of which, I'll read one more quick thing from the translation, and then we'll do some more stuff. Here were some comments from people. Takakeisho's retirement has also been felt on the ring as well. Though Abi sank to 10 losses after succumbing to Kotozakura today, he took some time to praise the Exozeki, saying, "He was the top Rikishi of our generation. He showed me the importance of forward momentum and pressure. I thank him for leading me." And that, my friends, is why Abi... I'm sorry, I'm always going to like Abi. I already did. But that statement right there, when no one else is talking about Takakeisho right now, I love that Abi. Put him right at the top of the popularity poll. When Takakeisho's out, I'm going to be voting Abi second. His attendants, Waka no Sho and Takakento, who has stuck with him since the chaos which engulfed Takano Hanabeya, had also good things to say about him. The former recalled, "He is a very stoic person. Even away from the dohyo, he is always thinking about sumo. I want to emulate his style of fighting." Meanwhile, the latter praised, "I learned a lot from him. He is a wonderful human being. I remember us waking up at 3:30 a.m. to practice together when we first started out." That sounds like something Keisho would do. So, we've got some more videos and stuff if you guys are up for it. And I have an article. I might have to... Give me a moment. Let's see. What do we got here? Okay, that was the press conference. This is what it looks like if you put Takakeisho's kanji in here. You will get a bunch of his matches. You will get him with this crazy stuffed animal, which might be funny. Maybe I'll click on that and see what it is. Yeah, let's click on it for fun. Let's see what it is.
常盤部屋の高木賞です。新年明けましておめでとうございます。スモールオープンするのでぜひ来てください。
Okay. Okay, he was selling the official store. Great. This is the video you were talking about in the comments earlier, where this is a nice little tribute to Keisho, including showing him when he was younger with the short hair, which I really appreciated. Yeah, there's a bunch of matches in here. This right here I had put up. This is his Ozeki promotion. This we're going to watch because this is hilarious. I'll get to it in 1 second because I want to do the other article and it's on my phone. So give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, this was John Gunning's most recent article. So let's read it. And then I'll read your comments again, and then we'll watch a fun video. Ono Sato's promotion to Ozeki was confirmed Wednesday morning as sumo's newest superstar continues to reap the rewards of yet another incredible tournament. With the 24-year-old's meteoric rise progressing unabated, Ono Sato figures to dominate headlines inside and outside of the ring for the foreseeable future. But while the two-time Emperor's Cup winner may be the main story in Japan's national sport right now, he is far from the only one. As Ono Sato increasingly hogs the spotlight, a number of significant former luminaries have called time on their careers. Just 12 months ago, Takakeisho claimed his fourth top division title, the second most for anyone ranked at Ozeki in modern sumo history. But lingering injury issues forced the burly pusher-thruster to hang up his mawashi shortly after his 28th birthday. Takakeisho's top division career may have lasted just 6.5 years, but the Hyogo Prefecture native was must-watch TV for virtually all of that span. With explosive power out of the initial charge, but limited abilities in defense, particularly on the mawashi, few of Takakeisho's bouts became long, drawn-out stalemates. The Ozeki had to win quickly or risk finding himself in a difficult position. That led to fast starts and dramatic finishes, with Takakeisho's matchups thrilling audiences no matter the outcome. In addition to routinely producing exciting sumo, the fact that Takakeisho won as much as he did in so few basho, and with a body atypical of elite modern wrestlers, deserves special mention. Kaio, with 5 Emperor's Cups, is the only Ozeki to have lifted more silverware than Takakeisho, and that was over a career twice as long. If not for injury at inopportune moments, Takakeisho may have gone even further. The white rope of Yokozuna was within touching distance on more than one occasion. Had Takakeisho not lost a title playoff to Abi in November 2022, it's conceivable that he would have been promoted following his victory in the next meet. Given how things transpired after that, with just one more championship and 6 withdrawals in 10 tournaments, it's arguable Takakeisho's legacy actually benefits from missing out. While there is no denying being part of sumo's most exclusive club is an unparalleled honor, Takakeisho retires as one of the best Ozeki in history rather than a short-term Yokozuna who underperformed at the rank. Of course, that's taking the finding of silver linings to the nth degree, and there's no question that given a choice, Takakeisho would rather have reached the rank of Yokozuna. I think we were all kind of there. So that's John Gunning's most updated speak on that topic. I'll read your comments, and then I want to watch the Sumo Grip video because it really shows these guys' personalities. Okay. Takakento has the longest, thickest legs I've ever seen. He's doing well coming back from a knee injury. Well, now he'll have Takakeisho's support in a different way. 330. Why does Abi being a suck-up for popularity votes not surprise me? Abi's a character, man. Abi with no hankas and only pushing is truly what Takakeisho would have wanted him to do to keep his legend alive. I'm going to be rooting for Abi to keep it going. I mean, he's a pusher thruster. He won't be as powerful as Keisho, but I don't know. He can still make a difference with things. I'm actually surprised that there's not more chat from you guys. Usually you're going nuts, but hopefully you're still here. Is everybody still here? Because I'm about to do the Sumo Grip video. And if you're not watching now, you can watch it later. So I'm going to the middle of the video because this is where Takakeisho pops up. And Takakeisho and the following two guys make this video like a classic video. So we're going to watch it.
多分マジで。
はい、先場所幕内優勝しました貴景勝関に来てもらいました。ありがとうございます。大関、はい、握力なんですけどどうですか？
突き相撲なんであんまり得意じゃないですけど。
Okay, so really quickly, on Sumo Primetime they did this with a translation, so I should probably go to that one. Yeah, I gotta go to that one. See if I can do it because it is hilarious what they say. Hopefully that comes up. There it is. Okay, we've got to watch it with the subtitles. I'm gonna go to.
88です。
Oh, is this the same one? Let me see.
朝寝間推しなんで。ありがとうございます。強い強い。来ました。
All right, we'll go back. We might as well go to Hakuho.
88です。ありがとうございました。ありがとうございました。
Okay. We'll start with Hakuho.
お願いします。お願いします。
This so fits their personalities.
箱関、迫力をまたお願いします。85です。85です。でもどうですか？結構もっと出る。
いやもうちょっと稽古して出た。はい。左やってみる。
左です。
お願いします。
これ上段の方回しとる感じだ。
うわ。88です。88です。
もうちょっと行きたい。
ちょっとファンの皆さんに一言いただいていいですか？
初場所精一杯頑張りますし、怪我の方もだいぶ良くなったんで、楽しみにしてください。いい相撲を取るように一生懸命頑張ります。
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。鶴竜関に来ていただきました。ありがとうございます。握力は結構どうですか？自信は？
全然ないです。はい、
じゃあお願いしていいですか？すみません。
得意な方。
はい。強い強い。来ました。87ですね。87です。すごいですね。僕たちはもう70ぐらいだったんで、はい。ありがとうございました。ありがとうございます。
I'm going to pause it for a couple reasons. One, this is good for not getting streams taken down. But two, yes, Shodai does win this one. But what's funny is reading the comments of the wrestlers. So let's see. I want to get to... Okay, here's Keisho. This is where we were.
最弱っす。多分 マジで。
先場所幕内優勝しました貴景勝関に来てもらいました。ありがとうございます。大関、握力なんですけどどうですか？
突き相撲なんであんまり得意じゃないですけど、
結構ね押し相撲握力弱い、四つ相撲は強いみたいに言われますけど、ちょっとじゃあお願いします。70です。70でした。70でした。はい、ありがとうございました。じゃあちょっとファンの皆さんにメッセージいただけますか？
毎場所応援ありがとうございます。来年も、一生懸命いい相撲を取ろうと思います。応援よろしくお願いします。
貴景勝関でした。ありがとうございました。
じゃあ正代関お願いします。はい、お願いします。得意な方でお願いします。
左ですか？
左でやはりまわしを取る左手で。さあお願いします。おお。測定不能です。100超えました。強っ。
初めて行きました。91が最高だったんですか
？1位です。1位です。あ、なんかこの力の強さの源は何なんですか？
いや、馬刺しでいいです。
馬刺し。熊本の方に、ではそしたらたくさん視聴者の方いらっしゃいますんで、ファンの方に一言お願いします。
11月場所は休場してしまったんですけど、1月場所まで、怪我を治して、また活躍できるように頑張ります。応援よろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございます。正代関でした。
はい、翔猿関に来ていただきました。はい。
はい。
自信ありますか？
負けないと思います。
負けないですか？
はい。
じゃあお願いします。
自信ある。
はい。
自信ある。
さすが。
前みつを我慢でね。
おお、そうですね。
いきます。
は
多分やばいですこれ。
お一周と60で考え
だから
方
100だから一周で200だから、はい、262です。はい、というわけでね、最下位ということで。
そうですね。
はい。
あ、でもこうやって見たらでも握力じゃないんだなっていう。
握力じゃない。相撲だから
握力じゃない。そうですね。
60で最下位ですか？
スピードですからね、相撲は。
そう。ちなみに正代関ですね、大関は100超えてました。
でも僕は
一周回って62だから。
じゃあ262。
そう。はい。
1位
で。相撲は握力じゃないということが分かったんで、動きで勝っていきたいと思います。皆さん応援してくれると嬉しいです。よろしくお願いします。
Okay. So, first of all, have a good night, JJ. Thank you for joining us. I have to say, I left that last put up for Mitch, so I really hope Mitch catches that. Because this video cracks me up. Because it really, really shows their personalities are exactly as we have them pegged. Well, the best part, Mitch was also Tobizaro saying, I'm going to get the record. You know, just acting like ridiculous. Just, that was such a Tobizaro thing. I don't know how you can hate him. He's hilarious. He's absolutely hilarious. And Shodai winning the whole thing and not understanding why was the most Shodai thing I've ever seen. And what I liked about it for this purpose of Takakeisho is to show you, like, outside of the ring, Takakeisho is probably, like, a blast to hang out with. Laughing, smiling, not taking himself too seriously. That's why Daisho and him are, like, playing video games and watching anime before he became Ozeki. So let's do the comments. Sumo grip video. Yes, these were fascinating. Playing the squeezy thing. I'm just Eepy. He looks the same in the video as he does now. Yeah, Takakeisho is going to look young for a long time. So I'm glad you guys are still here. GR Sumo's watching the videos. I think Shodai won. Yep, Shodai was the strongest. There was a grip strength video where Ura scored better than Hoshiryu. Yes, I haven't watched that one yet, but I didn't think Takakeisho was in it, so I didn't pull it up for tonight, but maybe future live streams, if this goes well, we can watch other funny sumo things and react. I would love to have seen Tochinoshin try this with how strong his outside left grip was. Ah, yeah, it would have been cool to see Tochinoshin do it. And there was a little bit of Kakadoo for Quackadoo. Such a different time period that video was. All these guys. His hands are so small, hamster hands. Shodai. Are they all left-handed? Keisho is left-handed. So sure you. Why aren't you eating raw horse meat too, nephew? Did you see Asashoryu's tweet that the era of Mongolian dominance was over? Straight up mean. Asashoryu's a nut. Remember, he got kicked out of sumo. So, you know. Mitch celebrating Tobizaru being the weakest. Tobizaru's facial expressions are everything. Mongolian dominance, maybe. Mongolian do very wellness? Nah. There are a lot of good Mongolians still, like that Terunofuji guy. He's pretty good. Not gonna lie, the sound he made during this squeeze makes me think he's constipated again. Will you stop it, Mitch? Did you see that picture of little Keisho and Daisho? Adorable. No, where is it? Where is this picture? I must seek it out. I must seek out the picture. All right. Let's see what other videos we got. That sumo grip one was pretty fun. Let's see. That was our Keisho video. That was our picture. This is just, if you search Takakeisho, this was the Tochinoshin match. So let's watch that. And this is his Ozeki promotion, which I don't have a translation for. So we're just going to watch it.
関脇貴景勝が前回一で大関に推挙されましたことをご報告いたします。本日は誠におめでとうございます。
謹んでお受けいたします。大関の名を恥じぬよう武士道精神を重んじ、感謝の気持ちと思いやりを忘れず相撲道に精進してまいります。本日は誠にありがとうございました。
貴景勝関、大関昇進おめでとうございます。乾杯。貴
景勝関、大関昇進おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
今どんな心持ちでいらっしゃいますか。
小さい頃からの夢でもありましたし、一つまた目標が達成できて嬉しい気持ちです。小さい頃からこの言葉で、自分を築き上げてきたものだと思ってますし、プロに入ってからもこの言葉に何度も救われたことがあるので、今日はこの言葉を言わせていただきました。これから、先輩方の横綱大関に、教わる部分も多いと思いますし、まだ、今終わってるばっかりなんであれですけども、これから勉強させていただきたいと思いますし、引っ張っていけるような、存在でもありたいなと思ってます。
そうですね。一緒になって合併してまだ
3場所目ということで、まあ
Like I said, pausing just for the sake of not having issues. We're doing it like reaction style. We should be within our fair use standards. And these are free videos available on the Sumo Kyokai website. You can go there if you'd like to watch them. Let's see. That's Toki Wayama. Let's go back to Takakeisho, even though we don't know what he's saying.
いや、今まで通り自分が挑んでいくっていう気持ちを忘れなければ関係ないと思ってます。なったから自分がこう受けるという気持ちを持たず、自分も向かっていく気持ちを、まあそういう相撲スタイルでもあるし、まあそういう気持ちを忘れたら、ダメになっちゃうと思います。これからも挑んでいくっていう。まだ上の番付もありますし、何も守る必要はないなっていうのは思ってます。次の番付を目指します。もうそういうもうそのことを言ったらもうそこで終わっちゃうので、どんな大関ではなくもう一つ上があるわけですから、上を目指して立ち向かっていきたいというのを思ってます。はい、
重くて大変でしょうけど。すげえだ。大関どっちもいいですか。ですよ。出た方で。すみません、大関こちらもお願いします。じゃあこちらから順番に。
新大関の貴景勝です。突き押し相撲一生懸命頑張って来場所も頑張ります。応援よろしくお願いします。
And there you have it. I think, since we're having such a good time, we should watch this one here because there's some good match footage in this tribute that the Sumo Kyokai did. So we're going to watch this too. Why not? Let's read some comments. Then we're going to watch Takakeisho with short hair. Let's see. Shodai's grip would help if he grabs the belt. Shodai usually gets knocked back so far he can't grab the belt lately. Practically just walked right through one of the physically strongest Rikishi of this era. Think about this for a second, Michael. He's pushed out Terunofuji. He's pushed out Tochinoshin. I mean, those are two of the biggest guys there is. And they couldn't handle Takakeisho's full thrusts when he's healthy. So for people who are like, oh, his sumo's boring, it's so limited, you don't know what you're talking about, okay? If you're that powerful to take down those guys, it's pretty entertaining. Yeah, the cameras just click, 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 click. That's probably why they get such good pictures. Hamster. It's weird to see his stable master not smiling. He usually looks so happy. I thought Takanohana was Takakeisho's stable master. GR Sumo, he was Takakeisho's stable master right before he became Ozeki, and then it became Toki Wayama when Takanohana stepped down and disappeared from Sumo. Yeah, what a shame that was, honestly, that Takanohana didn't stick around long enough for the Ozeki thing. I keep talking about this, but Takakeisho faced nothing but obstacles his entire career. First, he's too short. And his arms are too short, so he's got to adjust his sumo to be quite dangerous. He gets the injury in Makushita. His stable becomes embattled in this huge scandal. Takanohana, who he's looked up to his entire life, his father's looked up to him his entire life. He named him his original name, Takanobu. He was named after Takanohana. He gets in his stable, and then Takanohana steps down and just disappears from his life. And the cameras, the paparazzi and stuff like that, and the tabloid guys were outside of his stable for like a good month. And here he was going on his Ozeki run. He goes for Ozeki, and they say, yeah, you got 33 wins, but not good enough. Give us another tournament. So he goes, he gives him another tournament, becomes Ozeki, immediately gets injured. His knee gets injured right after that. Goes Kadoban. decides, him and his coach decide, okay, we're going to sit out the second tournament, and even though you just became Ozeki, we're going to go to Ozeki Wake and take a chance that he can win 10, which he did. And then he goes on a tear for 5 years, and, you know, all the injury woes that we've seen, and all the things we talked about earlier about missing out on Yokozuna, I'd say at least twice, maybe 3 times. And then basically injuring his neck so bad that he retires at 28. So he's had a very up and down, difficult career. However, and I wanted to make this point earlier, and then we'll look at the tribute video, which is pretty good. He's had a better career than some. If you look at Tomokaze, he had such potential, and he gets injured and he's just gone. If you look at Asanoyama was being pegged by everyone, including Hakuho, to be the next Yokozuna. And not only does he lose his Ozeki rank from not injury, while he's down in the lower depths, his father dies. And after that, his coach dies. And then he fights back from injury, and he finally gets in, and he's about to touch Sanyaku again, and he gets injured again. And then he gets injured so bad that now he will drop down and have to fight all over again. And Asanoyama has only 1 title, and he was an Ozeki at the time. So, as hard as it is, as sad as it is, Takakeisho made something great out of adversity. He really did. He made a sumo career that's, you know, he's one of the most successful Ozeki of all time, and he shouldn't even have been able to do it. And that neck injury, if it happened in Makushita, we're lucky we saw him at all. That means all of the fights we ever saw of Takakeisho in the top division were bonus. He was fighting on borrowed time. And when you think about it that way, and you see the careers of other guys that never even got a chance because of injury, it's been a great short career. It really has been. And I can see that he shouldn't have too many regrets. He did put it all on the line, and he got no freebies, like I said. So, you know, now he gets to walk off, and he's a sumo coach, and that's got to be really cool for his wife, whose father was an Ozeki and died young. And now Takakeisho will use that dohyo and maybe make something great out of it, which would be great for his wife and his son. And I mean, the whole second half of his life might be super cool. I just hope we get to hear about it. I need some translations. So let's read some comments, because there's some comments. Contrary to popular belief, he has a winning record against Iji Nojo. That I did know, but I still held my breath every time he fought him. I remember the old pics of Takanohana with the fanny pack. I too remember those. Takakeisho slapping Hakuho, Kisanosato, and Kakuryu down in the same tournament was crazy. Not only that, I think that was the only time he ever beat Hakuho. Every other time Hakuho made him look silly, so that was pretty cool. Takanohana still rocks a fanny pack. Once a fanny pack, always a fanny pack. Tomokaze, my heart. Oof. Yeah. Some people think that Takakeisho wasn't promoted to Ozeki when he got 33, and he didn't get Yokozuna when he could have, since his playoff loss in November and January Yusho because of Takanohana. I will say that at least in the very beginning, there was a lot of negativity thrown at Takakeisho because of Takanohana. It's just how it is in Japan. It's like, it's that old thing of, why are you cursed? Because your father cursed you. So why is Takakeisho getting injured? Because he worked under Takanohana. Sort of a superstitious way of looking at things, but I do think there was some level of him getting backlash because of Takanohana. You've heard of bonus sumo? Now try bonus career. Yeah, I'd say his whole career is a bonus at this point. We may never have known Takakeisho if he wasn't so tough and lucky. He's lucky that he didn't get way more hurt. I love the guys that the Sumo Association hates, like Hoshiryu and Takakeisho. He made Hakuho pull out of that basho, a rare feat to embarrass Hakuho that much. Well, you know, Hakuho made sure when Takakeisho went on his first Yokozuna run, and I'm sure you can find it actually on the Sumo Kyokai, because this is where I first saw the practice sessions. He messed Takakeisho up so bad in front of everybody. That was the Hakuho way. I'm going to toughen you up to prove, you want to be Yokozuna, you got to go through this. Takakeisho was never the same after that mauling. So, Keisho owed Hakuho one. If they just won the 3-way playoff in 2022 November, he would have been Yokozuna. Yep. It was that close. So when people pull this nonsense of, he hankered a poor Maegashira wrestler. Okay, well, he lost in a 3-way playoff and lost Yokozuna. He was on another opportunity to get Yokozuna with a timer on him, knowing his career was not going to be very long. And he made a decision that he made the decision. And you know what? Now he at least has a Yusho that he was able to share with his son. If you looked at anybody else and knew their career was going to end 12 months after that Yusho, you would understand the Hanka a little bit more. Now, if he was in his prime and he was going to wrestle another 5 years, it's like, yeah, it's a little bit different. But I mean, to me, it's the equivalent of a small guy hanking a huge guy. You know it's possible because there's a disadvantage. Takakeisho was actually disadvantaged. And Atami Fuji had been hanked by somebody else in that tournament, so he should have been a little bit wise to the hanka. It still sucks. I wish Takakeisho didn't do it, and I wish Atami Fuji had... I actually wish just Atami Fuji had read it, and then Takakeisho still won the match. But it is what it is. Hako was just unimpressed with Takakeisho for some reason. But Hakuho believed in Asanoyama for some reason. Yeah, that was rough for me because, I don't know how I felt about Hakuho. I mean, I acknowledge him as the greatest of all time. And it was fascinating to watch him fight. I loved it. It's just amazing. A sheer honor to have been able to watch sumo while he was there. But the way he treated Takakeisho really sucked. And the way that he praised Asanoyama made me not like Asanoyama that much. But now Asanoyama ended up with the worst end of the deal. I think Hakuho has bad taste in people. I don't think he's good at picking them. We'll see. That 3-way playoff was my return to sumo. Turns out the winner would become my least favorite Rikishi. As I was saying earlier, I don't know if you were here, I gotta like Abi because, man, internally he's a good guy. But he's all about the win. And personally, I don't believe in Asanoyama. He's not versatile enough. Well, at this point, he is a hobbled mess. If he comes back and becomes Ozeki again, he deserves, massive applause. He's been through a lot. I wish Atami Fuji just wouldn't have choked in the first place. That situation never happened. Takayasu was also in that Yusho picture. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. You've got people who... they love Atami Fuji, and I understand it because he's a lovable guy. He's cool. He's the next up and coming. But then that turns into a pure hatred because of what happened with Takakeisho. And it's get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. Takakeisho almost sacrificed his life for this sport. I don't want to hear this. Atami Fuji's just starting his career and Takakeisho's career is over. Stop it. Give me this nonsense. All right, let's look at some of the tribute here because there's some good matches in there, and you get to see Takakeisho with short hair. Yeah, Takayasu ended up I think hitting his head on Abi's chin and going down. It was very scary. And here's Takayasu still chugging along. I haven't given up hope. Not yet that he'll get a Yusho. I'm not going to predict it, but I'm hoping it happens. All right. Let's see what we got here. We just watched that, so we're gonna go to this.
Hajime ni Shusshinchi, Shozoku beya, Rikishi meiをご紹介いたします。貴乃花部屋、佐藤。
よ
佐藤
なおこの取り組みの勝者は今場所の幕下優勝であります。
意識しないようにはしたんですけど、やっぱりもうふと、なんていうんですかね、こう落ち着いたりとか、なんかしてる時はあれなんですけど、やっぱなんかちょっと落ち着いたりとかすると、やっぱりもう勝ったら重量とか勝ったらってやっぱ考えてしまってましたね。やっぱ勝ったらめちゃくちゃもう泣きそうなぐらい、関取ももうあれだし、泣きそうなぐらい嬉しいんかなと思ったんですけど、やっぱ肩の荷が下りたっていうかもうダメなんですけど、ちょっとほっとしたっていうか、ここなんか気が少し楽になったかなと思いますね。
じゃあ裏口
貴景勝、兵庫県出身、貴乃花部屋。
賜杯斜めに賞状が八角理事長に授与されました。
We're going to pause briefly, like I said, to keep the stream from going down. I'll read some of your comments, then we'll watch some more great fights. CK says, wow, you weren't lying about no hair. He had, like, nothing. I guess he did the shaved thing. I feel that if Atami Fuji really wanted to grind for that Yusho, he would have beat Asanoyama. Atami Fuji will have many chances to win Yusho, but Takakeisho didn't. Takakeisho put him in his place. Yeah, I mean, the truth is, Atami Fuji, if he keeps himself healthy, he is at the beginning of his career. Takakeisho was at the end. Takakeisho knew that. A lot of people were in denial about it. I wasn't. Takakeisho had a choice to make, right? His neck's all beat up. He's really not in the shape to fight anymore. I'll get to that in a second. Kaliwali, I do not hide the lives. What you have to do is just go into the live section. So instead of videos, click on the live tab and you'll see all the lives. I don't hide any of the lives. I keep them all public. Anyway, Takakeisho had a choice to make. He knew that he was out of gas. He was going to have to go in a playoff. And this was his last chance to go for Yokozuna. And it was a chance for a Yusho. And his wife and his son were in the room. He made a choice. There was a lot riding on that choice. He probably would have rather have done what he's done in these earlier videos. I mean, look at how he knocked Tochinoshin down. That threw me for a loop when I first saw it, too. It's like, wow, that's a huge guy, and he just knocked him down like he was cutting down a tree. He knocked Kisano Sato right on his face. He was so powerful when he was healthy. Ugh. That part makes me sad that we don't get to see Aoyama and his massive assets anymore. He ends up retiring at the exact same time as Takakeisho, fascinatingly enough. And taught him that he would have to work for that Yusho, and losing to Takakeisho by a slapdown just proves that Tommy Fuji didn't have the experience yet to win the Yusho. Yeah, I'm sure Tommy Fuji has learned something from it. Unfortunately, he hasn't been doing that well. I think if he just goes off and wins a Yusho, everything will be right in the world again. Also, you don't want your first Yusho to be an 11-4. You want it to be your best performance. I think you'd take a Yusho no matter what the record is. But I hear what you're saying. He might possibly have a better Yusho in the future. But he's got to stay healthy and he's got to win. I mean, because nobody's career is guaranteed. We've seen this. Please make this into a video. The lives are always hidden after. It's really hard, but we'll see. We'll see. I have so much trouble with YouTube, but I'm telling you, at least for you, your benefit, just go into the live tab, and you'll be able to see this. And if you weren't here earlier, because I think you said that you didn't get notifications, I played the Takekeisho short. It's not actually short, it's in videos, and you can play that if you want. It's 59 seconds long, but it's excellent. Also, thank you for this live stream. It's very well done. Thank you, GR Sumo. I had to give Takekeisho my best. I will always give Takekeisho my best. Hoshiryu has to earn my best, but I already like him. But I need him to show me some Takekeisho spirit, man. He needs to get it together. Takekeisho was like, F it, we ball. So when is John going to do an Aoyama tribute live stream? I don't know. I think he would probably do a tribute to Hokuto Fuji. I think Hokuto Fuji's his absolute favorite. Like, I have loved some guys who have retired. Chiyo no Kuni, I loved. Oh, I loved him so much. Ishiura, I loved Ishiura. I didn't do live streams for them. Takekeisho's like the cream of the crop. I think if Hokuto Fuji retires, you will see a live stream from John. So many retirements lately. Yep. Yusho is a lot of cash too. Yes, and so we can add that to Takekeisho, like, he's got a new kid. He needs to bring the money home. You could screen record this stream and then upload it as a video. I could. There are things I can do. It takes time. It takes time. All right, we're going to watch some more. We're going to see some more excellent Takekeisho now.
最後は関脇隆の勝、千葉県出身千賀の浦部屋。
Once again, pausing for the sake of keeping the stream up. We watched this on the Takekeisho birthday stream. This was the one where Takakeisho could have won the Yusho with a win against Terunofuji here. And then loses it. And now they have to do a playoff and they have to fight again. And I know that when I was watching this, it was like, man, how is Takakeisho going to overcome? And then he does this. All right, we're going to pause again. I'm going to read some comments. Okay. There's Takakento holding him up. You guys and your Banzuke. We're going to do the Guess the Banzuke stream in 2 weeks, by the way, October 15th. This Banzuke is actually way easier than people think, and you do have a drink, but still there's a Banzuke of traps. A lot of choices are easier than they seem. We better be bringing that knowledge to the stream in a couple weeks. Habab Gab is going to check out the debate. Challenging part of the Banzuke will be who makes komusubi. Well, that is the question for this Banzuke, is who's making komusubi. I agree for the most part. There are a couple spots that I keep waffling on. Komusubi 1 West and Maegashira 17. Well, those are typically the tricky ones. Do not fall for the trap. Forget Onosato, Hoshiryu 74th Yokozuna, and Enho 75th Yokozuna. Not Enho. The poor guy's toast. But it would be nice if he can continue in sumo, so he really needs to keep fighting just to get his elder stock. Kirishima is the 75th. Possible. Enho is washed, can't even Yusho. And I think Hiraumi's placement is not as straightforward as it might seem. I agree. Hiraumi, watch out. That's going to be a troublesome spot. Yusho 5th division. Oh, Enho couldn't Yusho the 5th division. Well, he's got a busted neck. The last 3 spots are the true toss-up. It's the one pure guess that will likely decide who wins the Yusho. Absolutely. Also, the bout where Takakeisho blasted out Tochinoshin was everything because he actually put Tochinoshin in his place, since whichever one won would get Ozeki. Yeah, that was a fascinating time because he took Tochinoshin's Ozeki spot, but then Tochinoshin won his 10 in the Ozeki Waki spot and got to go back to Ozeki. So it was like everything was right in the world. And then for a little bit of time, it was Takakeisho, Tochinoshin, and I think Goeido and Takayasu were still there. And then Goeido drops out. No, I don't know if it was Goeido or Tochinoshin first. I think it was Goeido, then Tochinoshin, then Takayasu. And then it was just Takakeisho for a long time. And then Shodaimi Takayumi come up with Asanoyama. And then they all fall. And Takakeisho's by himself again. And then we finally, in the last part of Takakeisho's career, get Kotozakura and Hoshiryu and Kirishima. I mean, even Kirishima couldn't last as long as Takakeisho. Hiraumi could land at Maegashira too because it would be the correct emotion factoring in the shrinking Sanyaku, or they could be a couple of drinks in and do whatever they want. 7-7 Kadoban Ozeki Tochinoshin versus 9-5 just demoted Ozeki Waki Takakeisho. Yeah, that would be a battle. True, I could see a case for 4 through 6 exchanges. I think I've settled on 5, but haven't sold myself. On the Komusubi, I am strongly thinking Wakataka Kage. I hope they do that. That is one of the biggest traps. I agree. I really hope we have a Wakabro Komusubi. They could have been Sekiwaki together if Wakataka didn't get hurt. Yeah, they were so close. The thing is if Wakataka Kage is Komusubi, then Maegashira 1 and 2 would be different than if Shodai Oho became Komusubi. Mitch doesn't think it'll happen. I think Mitch might be right. Probably be a second time brothers would occupy the same Sanyaku rank since Takawaka Bros. If you get Komusubi wrong, that's a huge problem. Yes, Keisho was the constant. Onosato will be in his Ozeki debut, which is always a disaster, and also coming off a Yusho, I think Onosato will get another 9-6 or something like that. I see Hoshiryu getting the November Yusho. Hoshiryu's got to step it up, though. At this point, he's had so many... Now, I say that considering that he is one of the most consistent Ozeki we've had in the last 7 or 8 years. I still say, like, if he wants Yokozuna, he's got to step it up. I think I'm settling on Shodai, but could be convinced to take Oho, but I've mostly DQ'd Wakataka Kage. Nabutame's back in Juryo, with Takakeisho retiring and neither pusher, thrust, or Sekaturi to fill the void in my heart. That void's gonna be there forever. I so miss the Tochinoshin Sky Crane move. Tochinoshin was so good. I loved Tochinoshin. Oh man, that was hard that Takakeisho had to fight him for the spot. I should save the explanation for the Banzuke stream. Yes, you should. Who is GR and why does he type while at a full sprint? Because that's what GR does, Goose. Hoshiryu's best record ever in September is an 8-7. Hoshiryu hates September but always comes back in November with a strong double-digit record. Hoshiryu has an 8-7 for the last couple of Aki tournaments. Weird. I guess he doesn't like pumpkin spice latte and scented candles. It's still pretty hot in September. Maybe he's one of those guys that doesn't like the heat. All right. I'm going to try to finish off this Takakeisho video, and that will be the end of the stream. So, be prepared.
初日にあたり謹んでご挨拶を申し上げます。横綱の休場は大変遺憾ではございますが、年初の本場所にふさわしく切磋琢磨する大相撲をご覧いただけるものと存じます。
琴勝峰、千葉県出身、佐渡ヶ嶽部屋。貴景勝、兵庫県出身、常盤山部屋。
今場所最後の一番であります。
結婚してから初めての優勝だったので、自分の義理の父親の北天佑関の優勝回数を超えられたのですごい嬉しいです。
万歳万歳。
この取り組みはハッピーホーム様ホーム税のことから辻本郷全一法人
貴景勝本日より休場。したがって若元春の不戦勝であります。
小学校3年生から相撲、横綱になることだけ夢見て頑張ってきたんですけど、横綱を目指す、体力と気力がなくなったので引退しました。怪我あっての自分なので、怪我も合わせた自分の実力なので、そこで力を出せなかったということはもう終わりだなと思いました。
大関になってから特に怪我が多くて、もうこの満身創痍の中ね、やっぱり一生懸命やったんで、もう月並みな言葉ですけども、もうご苦労様って言ったわけですね。
全て印象に残ってるんですけど、特に印象に残って、本当にやるかやられるかの勝負だったので、前の日に自分の人生が決まるなと思って挑んだ一番でした。
あれで勝って2桁の白星を挙げて大関を掴んだわけですが。
そうですね、自分との戦いが栃ノ心関とやる前にあったんですけど、それに打ち勝てたということが、今でも自分の誇りです。横綱になれなかったので、横綱の景色を見たかったというのはあるんですが、それに対して横綱に向かっていく上での自分のやってきたことは、やるべきことは全てやったと思っているので、届かなかったっていうところです。自分が少し精神的にマイナスになったりとか、そういう時にファンの声援とか、タオルとかを掲げてくれると、本当に心からありがたいなと思ったし、本場所に向けて 100% の力を出しに行くんですけど、ファンの皆様のおかげで 120% そこまで引き上げていただいたなと思ってます。
大関のこの土俵人生貫いてきた信念というのは何でしょうか。
勝っておらず負けて腐らず、それだけやってきました。
どうですか、10年間土俵人生悔いはないですか。
全くないです。もう
I'm pausing once again just for this. I am not going to comment on all this Guess the Bonza-K stuff since we'll be doing it in 2 weeks. So you guys can talk to each other about it. I'm only going to read Takakeisho comments. Keisho Skui Nagade Kotosho back to Jurio. Luckily he figured it out in his back. That was still one of the sweetest things that Takakeisho did in recent memory. Hoshiryu is younger than most of the top division. This is true. But watch out for Oho. Holy crap, Kirishima is older than I thought. Wakatake Koge is older than I thought too. Hoshiryu is only 25 while Kotozakura will be 27. Hoshiryu got more time than Kirishima being 28 and Kotozakura being 27. And yes, he is the classiest hamster. I'm glad I don't live in California because it's nice and like 70 degrees high here in New York. Nice and cold the way I like it. Let's see. Takakeisho, a man of few but very honest words. If he loses, he won't make up excuses. He will just say he was weak that day. That's the beautiful thing about Takakeisho. So we're going to let him play this out. Because like I said, I'm not reading all the Guess the Bonza-K stuff. We're going to be talking about this in just a little while.
燃え尽きたので、素晴らしい相撲人生を歩ませていただきました。
And that was that. I will put Takakeisho for Yokozuna in my Guess the Banzuke Solidarity. Not the music. I'm not crying, you're crying. After Basho, that absolutely deserves devotion. I will tell you, the full Takakeisho tribute that I have planned is going to be... If you thought the short was good, just wait till you see the full tribute. It's going to take me months. I'm very, very meticulous when I'm making an actual video. The short was just like, I got to get something quick for the live stream, and we need our first short, and like I said, that didn't work out at all. But the short was a preview of things to come. I am very good at making music video tributes, as long as they don't get taken down. Takakeisho taken too soon. Gone but not forgotten. It's like the credits of Pikmin type music. It's Takeishover. Unless they put him in the favor of Hakuoho. Banzuke talk. That's between you, gentlemen, not me. Well, there's not much more to say about Takakeisho. We've watched a lot of the good matches. There's some bloody ones. I might put those in some of the tribute videos. Ones with Daisho, Hokuto Fuji, and Meisei. Those were always the bloodiest. Oh, and Yoshikaze. He had some really good rivalries with Yoshikaze, Tochinoshin. Who else? Mitake Yumi and him battled. Him and Takayasu battled. I mean, some of his early career doesn't get mentioned as much because it didn't lead to Yushos. But man, he had some epic battles with some of these guys. Best Ozeki promoted in the last decade statistically. Did you say Pikmin? Because you're right. Well, that's how I think it's pronounced. Did you listen to the Takakeisho song from Grand Sumo Breakdown on their Aki review show? I did not. I'll have to go check that out. Your Takakeisho video was short and sweet and right to the point, just like Takakeisho himself. That was kind of the point. I thought to myself, Takakeisho came in so hard and fast and ready to rumble, and then he was out just as quick. Can I make a 59-second tribute that encapsulates all of that? Hopefully I did. Onosho was a big rival early on too. Oh yeah, Onosho. Same age. Back to work, the audio only if this is trash, but it is what it is. Loving the show. I think this might be our best live stream, and it may have taught me that we can do things like this in other live streams. I was always afraid of like videos getting taken down, but I mean, this is fair use. This is free, available at the Sumo Kyokai website. Like, you could come right off of the stream and watch this video again. I'm talking in between it, so I'm not doing anything that isn't fair use, so maybe we can do more things like this in the future. Maybe, like, if we're focusing on a different wrestler, we can find some stuff, or we can watch some of the funny things. You know, keep the live streams hopping. Takakeisho rivals Kaio. He may have one less Yusho, but he's still arguably the greatest Ozeki ever. He had 2 missed opportunities, too, where he could have had 6. And probably would have been Yokozuna. For such a small guy to have such a large impact, I think only now in retirement will people really appreciate what he was. And isn't that the way life works? You'll have to listen to it on Apple Podcasts and not YouTube because YouTube is a dick. Yeah, you can't do anything on YouTube. That's why I'm always afraid to do anything. Please don't take this down, JSA. Yeah, I hope they don't. I really hope I don't get a copyright strike when this whole thing is over. But I'm not showing new footage. And it's all free and available on their website. So I should be okay. The Sumo short, like I said, it got a copyright claim, but not a copyright strike. So it should be fine. Keisho had 4 Yusho and half the time Kaiho had 5. GG, does that mean gotta go? Well, thank you for coming, Kaliwali. Please go back and watch this live when I make it public. We did a lot of fun things in the beginning that you missed. This was a good live stream. I thought it was worth it to take some chances for Takakeisho's sake. I enjoyed this a lot. Thank you all for coming in. Thank you for watching with me. I am sad, and it's going to be hard to watch sumo without him. But on the flip side, I'm really excited about all the new things he's going to do. I'm excited to do the Where is Takakeisho, you know, in the hallways and stuff. And I'm excited that he's not going to hurt himself anymore. Because really, it was painful. It was very painful. I will never forget the Ichinojo match. That's why it was so prominent in the short. Like, that stuck with me his entire rest of his career. Every time he got injured, I thought about that. And so, like, I'm happy that he doesn't have to get hurt anymore. I want a really good life for him. Keisho will be one of the biggest what if Rikishi ever. He was so close to making Yokozuna, and he was so affected by injuries. Yeah. You know what, though? I was reading the Japanese comments on, like, this tribute video we just watched, because you can translate them now. And there were such positive things. Like I said, I think people will look back on him so much more fondly than they did while he was fighting. Except for us. We already know. The generally acknowledged greatest Ozeki in modern era was Takanohana's father. Was he Takanohana as well? Takakeisho was forever the first guy I actively started rooting for. Me too, ha bob gob. Good night, y'all. Thanks again. It was great to go from Keiko to talking and watching sumo. Thank you, GR Sumo. Awesome when you come around. Still sad that we don't get to see the plop no more. Well, when he becomes a judge, the plop will probably come back, and you can't hate on him, Mitch. He's got to be the one judge you can't hate on. If this gets taken down, guess we do this again? Yep. Just keep doing it. I can't translate them on my old ass phone, but good for everyone else. Yes. Well, maybe one day I'll take a few seconds to read comments on one of our live streams. Because Takakeisho is going to be in every stream. He's going to show up any chance I can talk about him. So, he's not gone from 42 opinions. He's just gone from the 42 opinions. There will always be a bonus Takakeisho feature, should there be something to discuss. Yes, Takanohana 2's father was Takanohana 1. I thought so. Look at that. Takanohana, greatest Ozeki ever. Takakeisho, third. If you want to say Yusho is what makes you great, I'd say Takakeisho is the best. But that's just me. First, Takanohana, Konishiki, Chiyo Taikai, Hokutenyu, Takanoami are all up there for best. They all didn't make Yokozuna, right? Now, Takanohana, the father, did he make Yokozuna? Because usually when you talk about best Ozeki, it's also the caveat of never made Yokozuna. Takakeisho during a mono E. Guys, can we just stand here for a little longer? That walk up the stairs really took it out of me. No. This is a misunderstood thing. He has a problem with his nose. He can't breathe through his nose because it's busted up, and so he's a mouth breather. So that's why it looks like he's always out of breath, because he can't breathe through his nose. Have you seen how many nosebleeds he's had? A lot of them. Takanohana 1 was like Takakeisho, very small, but unlike him, very skinny while still performing very well. Takanohana 1 did not make Yokozuna. Okay. He gets the top spot then. I'll give it to him. Takakeisho wouldn't complain. Man, that haircutting ceremony is going to be rough. Oh my goodness, is that going to be rough. I do not want to think about that. But I'm kind of looking forward to seeing short-haired Takakeisho. Keisho also has a very small mouth. Yes. I'm telling you, when he starts to lose weight, his whole life's going to get better. He's just way too short to be that heavy. Who else is excited for Maegashira 3, Chirano Umi, and Maegashira 4, Oshoma? Gonna be wild. Well, then someone set up a GoFundMe to let Takakeisho get a nose job then. All he's got to do is lose some weight, and things are going to get better for him. Takakeisho was the Ozeki that grinded the most. That's what makes him the greatest. No question, he grinded it out, man. I don't think anybody can beat him for spirit. But I didn't watch before then, so. Keisho's haircutting will probably be the biggest event since Hakuho's retirement. I think it will be. I mean, they're not talking about Takakeisho too much in the news, like John Gunning was saying, because I actually think maybe it's a little painful for people, because it's hard to believe that someone like him is just done, that his career's over. And they want to talk about the positive things like Ono Sato. When they get to that haircutting, I think it's going to be huge. I think he's going to be way more loved than he was during his career. People are going to go back and look at old clips and say, wow, he was awesome, wasn't he? And please, jump on the bandwagon. I'm all about it. All right, guys. This has been a very long live stream, which I planned because Takakeisho deserves the best. But I will have to go soon. I want to end on a nice little picture of him with the U show. It's extra painful for us. It is painful. There's no question about it. Oh, the pain is in my gut. Going into November and knowing that Takakeisho's name isn't even on that lighted board, I just can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. Monoi Judge Takakeisho. Wait, was that a Hakuho guy? Yes. Okay, he lost. I love that one. Don't know. We might get a Maegashira 2 Chirano Umi. We're excited for that possibility. The JSA didn't know what they had until he's gone. Of course. They didn't know what they had with Hakuho. And they kept thinking Hakuho would keep going. And they were very upset when he retired. The JSA, man, they could have helped Takakeisho out, but no. There's a lot of guys who got more credit and support than Takakeisho, and now it's done. So, I hope you have fun with that, JSA. You better not screw anybody else up. Takakeisho may have had a lot of haters, but plenty of people loved him too. He's extremely polarizing. For all the people who really, really don't like him, there are people who really, really love him. There's not a lot of in the middle. There's some, but there's a lot of like, oh, you hate him? Well, I love him. And that's just the eternal battle. Do you love him or hate him? Years from now, he will be remembered for all the right reasons. Yep. That's how it goes. Yeah, that was a good one, Spanky. I like it. We just started GoFundMe for Maria to go to Takakeisho's hair cutting and raise even more so Maria can cut his hair. Yeah. Go with that. This is why GR Sumo is here. Go with that. I wonder if Takakeisho will fight his son like Hakuho and Kakuryu for the final bout. I know he will. About that too, because that's going to be the cutest thing ever. One of my favorite things about that tribute was where they froze at Takakeisho looking at his son holding the cup. I'm like, if that is not the most beautiful image, I don't know what is. There's something about him being a father and having his little son that's just amazing. And now he can be a coach, and his son can be like the kid who runs around, and maybe he'll be filming someday, and it's just so great. I love it. Monsters thinking about the Bonzake again. All right, guys. We're at 2 hours and 19 minutes. I think safe to say that it's time to go. I wish Takakeisho was my dad. That kid has a good... Yes, as long as Takakeisho stays healthy and alive, which is very important, his son is going to have the best life. Because his dad's going to care so much about him. Probably so much about him, he's going to say, maybe you shouldn't do sumo. It's kind of dangerous. I wonder if Takakeisho is going to keep his Ozeki stoicness in retirement. It's a great question because all the pictures, he looks kind of sad, but maybe it's like, for goodness sakes, he just retired and they're like, here's your tracksuit, here's your suit, come to this event, here's your little bag, here's what you're going to have to do. And he literally has to start all over again as a brand new, the newest coach. So he went from being at the top, almost the very top, to now being the very bottom rung. What a whirlwind he must be going through right now. Takakeisho versus Mini Takakeisho will be awesome. We have to have the return of the king rule where every video has to be over 3 hours. Yeah, I don't know. Not every live stream can be that long, because if I were to go 3 hours, that would be midnight. Not planning to do that. But I can say that our previews and our recaps, they've been going that long. So who knows? Probably not the preview show, because there's not as much to talk about unless Takakeisho does something and then he gets 20 minutes of me rambling. But definitely the recaps are starting to just average at 3 hours. All right, guys, I'm really going this time. Really going. It is good that Keisho got Elder Stock. I think a young Oyakata Takakeisho could make a difference. He's the right temperament. So thank you all for coming. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope nobody takes the stream down. And watch the tribute video and get a bunch of views so that it'll get recommended. And guys, we'll see you in 2 weeks for the Guess the Banzai stream. It will be October 15th, which is a Tuesday, 9:15 Eastern Standard Time. And you guys can talk away about all this Banzai stuff. I know, Habab Gab, I know it's sad to go, but it is very late. It is 11:23 p.m. in my time zone. I'm starting not to be able to see the chat again. But hey, at least I played a My Hero song. You love My Hero, I'm pretty sure. Good night, Spanky. See you later, Mitch. Thank you for coming by. Good night, Habab Gab. Vote Keisho. Popularity poll. Most important election there is. Good night.